To the trip on DWTT and Arsenal drops or have eventually drop points, and we'll get into that and more in a second here or two. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the trip, DWTT. As I said, got my man Matt. Matt, how you doing?
Doing good, brother.
Good. And we got Mr. Tom in the house. Mr. Tom, how you doing?
Gentlemen, good to see everyone.
Nice. All right, so we got a couple people. I saw. Oh, okay, I did see. Ben was one of the. I guess he was the first one to join us this evening, but it just doesn't show up on this particular thing, so I can't show that. And then Tony's talking about getting let in. He has the details. So, and look, there he is.
Look at it.
He's got his. He shines so bright. Man, he's got on his shades on the inside.
Look at that, man. Looking like a dap daddy. Look at him. Pulling all the ladies today. Look at it.
Hey there, Tony. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Cool. All right. So, where do we start? We start by what happened today. You know what? You want to talk about what happened today? Or you want to talk about what happened yesterday?
What happened today?
What part of today you want to talk about?
There's a couple of topics we can talk about today.
Oh, you want to talk about Una Emery? Good evening. Good evening. That's what you want to talk about, man.
We can start there if you want.
Let's start. No, let's talk about this that show yesterday. Let's.
All right, so we'll get into it. So yesterday was a crazy day, right? Crazy day in football. Both our teams didn't get what we wanted, but we got to enjoy watching other teams suffer this weekend. So that was nice. Liverpool dropped points. Nice. Our infamous North London Derby partner dropped points. Very nice. And Chelsea and United didn't win. So we'll take it. But otherwise, our teams didn't get us what we wanted. So we'll get into that. I guess we'll start. I think we'll start with I guess the Arsenal match was the earlier match, so we'll get into that. Arsenal gets its first draw of this season. Probably could have got one last week. Could have got a loss last week. Could have got a loss this week. So we're trending. We're staying on par of what we've done in the past. So we'll get into that. But my initial thoughts on the match. We should have won it. We had all the opportunities to win it. We didn't get any help, which, you want to get lucky. You want to get some help like we got in previous matches. But when you're not the dominant team, I think things don't go your way. And that's exactly what happened in that match. But we had our opportunities to win this thing. We would have liked to get some calls go our way, but that didn't happen. But it's our fault that we did not. Let's see. Mr. Tom kind of disappeared and he's back again. But we didn't do what we needed to do. And just before I let Matt go, I'm just going to say hello to BX Gunner who's joined us. BX Gunner in the house. Welcome. The Aussie Gunner has joined us all the way from the other side. Yes, our front three was pretty porous in terms of we got nothing out of them. The fact that probably the toughest shot that we had all day was scored by Xhaka. It tells you how poor we were. That shot he took and scored, and we'll get into that as well. But Matt, talk to me. Tell me.
Well, all of our referee credit has been used up for the year. that is gone. We had a couple of games there where that credit was we dished it out and it is gone. Bye. Let me tell you this, man. There's quite a few things there in that game that we need to look at, fellas. We need to look at first things first. We score, we sit back, and we defend pretty much for the most of the game. Aussie Gona alluded to it there in his chat there. We have ran this. We have Gary. Can you do me a favor? Can you pull up the scores of our last few games?
Yep.
And highlight that for me if you can.
All right, so here we go. So
Go back to last.
so we'll start with something nice. So
Okay.
against Liverpool, had a really good match, right?
Yep.
We win 3-2 at
3-2.
home. We'll take it. Now, next match, Bodo Glimp away. All about playing on concrete. It's going to be a tough match. 1-0, we win.
1-0. Okay.
Yep. Then we go on the road again. Now we're going up to Ellen Road. Going to be a tough match. We said it's going to be a tough match going in there. 1-0 again. We are lucky to have gotten a 1-0 win.
All right.
Very lucky.
What about after that?
Then we're playing at home against PSV. We need to win this. We don't go all the way strong, but we go somewhat strong. 1-0 again.
1-0 again.
Now we've had opportunities to score in all these matches. Definitely in the first half, like we start strong. We had opportunities to score, and that didn't do it. Now, what is he laughing about? What are you laughing about? Come on. Last but not least,
particular comment.
Last but not least, we go to Southampton. Yeah, we'll get into that. Last but not least, we get to go to Southampton. It's a bogey team. I don't believe in this bogey team stuff. I don't believe in it.
What? Do you know what the score was 6 months ago when we played them?
No, I know it was 1-0.
1-0. Oh, 1-0. That's one. We see a pattern here. 1-0, 1-0, 1-1. Bottom line, we are not scoring goals, ladies and gentlemen. The goals have dried up.
They're dry shots for the most part.
Say it again, Tony.
I said show of the shots for the most part.
Yeah, everything's drying up. Listen, people, we have got to score goals. Yesterday, we sat there. We had shot after shot after shot after shot. Nothing was going in the net. You could chalk that up to, okay, we've been playing these guys in and out. But this is something I told people. I told people this was going to come because Edu and the regime did not go out and do what they were supposed to do. And so now we've got to try to get over the line and hope that there's some form of quality signings, because I came up with a theory today that I told Lee. I've got this theory that this regime could be so cheap at times. I would not be surprised if they recall 2 or 3 loans in January to make up for it and say, well, those are the new bodies. We are naked. For those who no, I've been making my rounds all day today. That bench is wafer thin. You hear me? Wafer thin. As my friends across the pond call it, biscuits. Biscuits thin. You can snap just like that. Look at that bench. Nketiah comes on. What does Nketiah do? The same thing Nketiah did the game before that. The game before that. The game before that.
Let's get into the plays in a little bit, but let everybody have their say.
Wait a minute. Hold on. We are getting ready to go down. I'm seeing it coming. We're getting ready to repeat this pattern. We're becoming unpredictable. We're becoming predictable again, where teams are going to pack it in. They're going to push us around. They're going to get physical, and they're going to just pretty much be wind-up merchants, and then they'll take whatever they can get.
They figure out our high line.
Yeah, high lines.
Yeah.
And
let's get into the specifics in a little bit. I'll let everybody have their say, but I want to go through the chat, and then we'll let everybody have a little say before we get into those specifics. But let everybody have a say there. But the Aussie Goon is in the house. What is this? That's the guy Lancho, whatever his name's a thug for sure. Yeah, everybody's 1-0 to the Arsenal, and yeah, Tony does have a look that says, "Run." If you see him, run. Yeah, but we had our chances, and we.
It's when he's still.
Yeah, it's like, oh crap.
I
Yeah,
thought it was because of my backpack, Tom.
yeah. No, we've missed a lot of great opportunities. I don't care what anybody says. I mean, they were complaining that he was shooting it right at the goalkeeper, but I think in certain situations he's just trying to put his foot through it. You know, a strong on another day, you know, the goalkeeper doesn't get there. But Yasumbo has joined us. Welcome. Little pleasantries here. 1-0 to the Arsenal. Yeah, this only works 1-0 to the Arsenal if your back line is very, very strong. Ours is not as strong. It's a little leaky sometimes. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, the shots are on target. I mean, getting past the goalkeeper. I mean, the goalkeeper really, it wasn't, we didn't have opportunities where we picked a corner and decided to go there. But yeah. And what is this? Marcelo Bielsa leads. Huh? All right. That's what we're playing like, I guess, huh? Oh,
Oh,
okay.
we
And,
wish.
Tony has a look of somebody who's in a bad place. So we'll let Mr. Tom go. And did you watch the match? Can you talk about it, or two? Can you at least talk about how your team went?
Oh yeah, I've got nothing to say about Arsenal. How you've fallen to the low lights of first in the EPL. Oh yeah, my heart bleeds for you on getting your point yesterday.
That has nothing to do with your match. So pick it. So here we go.
Right.
Let's try and keep.
Right.
Let's focus.
Let me
Pick
tell you a
Arsenal
quick
or
story.
Leeds, Tom.
Let me
Pick
tell
one
you
or
a
the other.
short story. Yeah, football and life going so well, right? That the one game where we actually did put the ball in the net, we still lost. Still, defence has been, I don't say defence has been great because it obviously hasn't, but it was significantly better than it was when we were letting in 20 goals in a month. Still losing. Can't score goals. Can't, aside from getting 2 on Sunday, can't get the ball on target. And then to top it all off, I come out of work this evening and a bird shit on my head.
Sorry.
Was it a pigeon? What kind of bird was it, Tom?
Well, I didn't go looking for it after, Tony.
You should have went seeking revenge, Tom.
All right. Damn, that's a good way to, yeah. So that's basically how your synopsis of the game. So Tony, talk to me about the game.
Well, we started off good first 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes on the attacking foot. Only converted one with Saka's goal there. Other than that, uninspired, looking tired. We definitely need to look for a number 2 because Eddie and Kedia is not good enough. We do everything in the world to make him shine, and it just doesn't work. But overall, we're showing that we're thin squad, don't have enough players. Definitely need to go out and get some. I'm kind of like Matt, afraid we'll maybe try to recall some players citing injuries or whatever nonsense.
Let's hold off on the player talk. Just talk to me about the game.
The game, we just didn't play good enough, Gary. I was afraid as it happened. I thought it'd be a 2-1 or 1-1 game. I got later because I knew we were getting tired. I seen my performance on Thursday. Didn't have faith that we'd go out and just blow them away. Out on the road, just wasn't good enough. They made adjustments after 20 minutes. Switched back 3, worked. And after that is basically an even game. They ended up tying us, and definitely a deserved 1 point for them. We lost 2 points, so they did more. Not enough shots. Shots are going down without Zinchenko. Not clinical at all with 3 on target. I think 9 total shots or whatever it was. It's not good enough when we're shooting around 20 shots. Taking a foot off the gas. Players are tired. Jesus is tired. Saka's tired. Just wasn't a good enough performance.
Cool. Cool. And we'll go into the chats and then we'll start talking about the individual players. So Why Not has joined us, and he must be feeling good because he didn't start. His first comment wasn't the usual, so he must be feeling good. I don't know if that's because we didn't win or what, but he's feeling good today. So there you go.
I think he
He's
enjoyed my
feeling
story.
vindicated after a draw.
He enjoyed the story of you.
He enjoyed my story, I think.
I think some other people enjoyed your story. Where is it? I did see. I saw another comment here about that. Let's see. Where did I thought? Oh, maybe I thought I put it up there. I must have put it up there already. So, but yeah. What else we got here from Why Not? He's saying hello to us. Yes. Yep. And then we got a couple comments, and we'll get into that. So this one, Eddie is good enough. I don't know what he's good enough for, so we'll get into that.
Yep.
What that actually
Send
means.
him to us.
Good
Send
enough
him
to
to
lead.
us in January, and
you
we
can
will
have him.
stay in the league.
You can have him.
Pay
You can have him.
$100,000 a week for him, Tom.
Yeah, you can have him.
Well,
Brother,
we should get mates rates really. So.
I
Tom,
don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let me go through the comments and then I'll let you guys talk. So sorry to hold you up. Hold that thought. Ed and Ketty is good enough to be left out of the squad and not be missed. He looked frightened of the defender he was facing yesterday. He actually was the only one in that second half to stand up to that defender. That's the only reason why he got punched and almost headbutted in the match. And nobody else stood up to him like that. Right? Nobody. Even Jesus, who got beat up by him all day, decided he wasn't going to flex. So as much as we don't like Nketiah because of his footballing skills, he actually did stand up to the bully and be able to get a yellow out of it. So I'll give him that, but everything else, not so much. All lads made Southampton look as tough as a bloody
Stand
Rubik's
up to
Cube.
the bully.
Seriously,
You're
our
top of
lads
the
screwed
league.
themselves. Yeah, no. We looked poor. And I know you guys we were talking about Eddie, so I'll let Matt, go ahead.
Eddie and Ketia. If Tom wants him at Leeds, I will put on my coat, get in my car, and I'll drive him down at the Leeds. He has brought us. I don't want to hear anything. It's like I told Gunner yesterday. Next time somebody brings up work rate, I'm going to say we had Alexander Kleb, we had Flamini, we had players that had work rate. We had Ali Adiya. We had guys that provided work rate. We need goals. You hear me? Goals. And they've got to come from somewhere, and they've got to start coming. We cannot afford to flounder this opportunity where we are in the table. I want to remind everybody, we're at the top of the table. We're not in sixth place this year. We're at the top of the table. You have to compete when you're at the top of the table. Honestly, I don't even know if Arteta even thought we would even be in this position, which is why the team is in the state that it's in. I think that we have punched above our weight. And I think that now, when you look at teams like City, and you see that they have when it gets bad, they can go to the Chester drawer and they can pull out another knife, and they can go get right back to cutting. We go to the drawer, and all we get is lint. We have lint, and the cupboards are empty. The cupboards are empty, and I'm telling you all, I don't hear this about Stan Kroenke not having the money to spend. For us in America, we just saw it last week. It was $491 million paid out to the NFL for his move of moving the St. Louis Rams to Los Angeles. So they have the money. They need to splash the cash, and they need to hold Edu accountable for how he splashes the cash. In January, we should be standing on our heads as Arsenal fans, demanding that this regime bring in players that can get us over the hump. I want to remind this, and I'm going to pass it on. We are in first place. Well, now, whether people want to hear me say this, I'm gonna say it. We are competing for a title. We are in the top 3. We are within touching distance of each other. That means we're competing. We it seems like the fan base have went away from demanding the best. It's like now we'll just settle for 4th. We'll settle for 5th. That's what we are. No, I want to. I look. I've seen us challenge for a title before, and I want to see us go out and get quality players. Eddie Nketiah is not providing the goals that we need. Jesus right now is not providing the goals that we need. And at least he's come out and acknowledged it. I'll give him that. He's come out and acknowledged it. But we're in a situation where we got to find some goals. And Nketiah needs to be moved on in January. Needs to be moved on. Yeah, we're paying 100, pay him 45 up front, sort out the rest of it, send him down there to Leeds, send him down there to Aston Villa. They got, he might fit in down there with them. We got a manager he's familiar with. He can go down to Palace. He can go over to Bournemouth. There's plenty of teams that he can go to, but right now he is not what Arsenal needs.
Yep. Yeah, no, Nketiah, we jumped the gun a little bit because we went all the way to our subs, right? That's how crazy we are. We just went to the subs. But Nketiah, what is it, on Thursday, played on the wing, and guess what? It didn't work. It didn't work. So Arteta, what does he do? He doubled down on it. Guess what? We need a score. We're going to pull out one of our most attack-minded wing that we got in Martinelli, who actually did not play on Thursday. We're going to pull him out early, right? Because he needs the rest. And then we're going to put Nketiah in there and switch things around a little bit so he can help us try to get a game-winning goal as a wing. Marquinhos doesn't get in. That's the wing that we have on our bench. And Nelson as well. Nothing doing there. So that doesn't make any sense. Couple people have joined, or at least one more person has joined us. Got Ray has joined us. That's the nephew. That's the nephew of Arteta right there. So he must know a little bit about how Arteta thinks, because he believes that we were going to be in at the top after 6 or 8 matches. I don't know where I don't know where. I don't get that, but all right, we'll take it. And that's the thing. This is one of those things where you're in, like, for those who are ever on track, you come out of the blocks, you turn the corner, got the straightaway coming, and you look around and there's nobody. No, you're not looking at anybody. Guess what? You're in front. The problem is you start looking around, and that's kind of where we are right now. We're kind of looking around, and that's when you kind of forget that, you know what? It's okay to win this race. It's all right if we win it. So we'll get into that. And what is this? I guess there's a comment for Matt here. Matt lives in a parallel universe. He'd think we'd be top.
Arteta lives in a parallel universe.
Oh, Matt. Sorry, Matt Arteta lives in a parallel universe.
I already read it, so I already knew he would talk about me.
He'd think we'd be top, but being deluded has put his little squad together, believing they can win the league. Yeah, I don't know.
What parallel universe would you live in, Matt?
He is in. I would have to live in Earth 616. For my comic book.
We've been pulling that out lately.
Yeah. See, Ray, we had winnable games, but nobody in their right mind thought, all right, we'll be top of the table, right? This, nobody thought that, regardless of the early the winnable matches. So I don't believe anybody thought that was going to happen. And
sorry, Gary.
So go ahead. You could
just quickly following on from things Matt said. This goes out to the thousands of Leeds fans out in the chat. All right.
Tell them
we are in 18th place. We need points. All right, and we're going to get those points at Anfield and at Tottenham and against Man City, and Newcastle, and we might drop some against Bournemouth. Might do, but
They are a tough team.
we got-
They are a tough team. They were lucky to they were unlucky to lose today.
that goal, that first goal they conceded was atrocious.
That's terrible.
Refereeing.
That's, for those who didn't see it, it was considered an accidental handball. The player had his hands not necessarily on his side. He had them in what I would call that volleyball position where you're going to bump it up, right? And he doesn't only bump it up, but he moves his shoulder towards the ball. They consider that accidental. So the ball flies in the air. A couple headers later, it glances off the top of Zuma's head and goes in. And there's no way that's accidental. If it was accidental, it doesn't pop up in the air. You know what I mean? If it's accidental, it might glance as it goes down and hits the ground, but it pops up. I mean, man, it was a really good. If you're like if everybody's ever seen volleyball, whenever you do that save where you dig it, that was exactly what it was.
That's what happened. That's what happened. Yeah, I'm telling you, I sat there watching it, thinking, why are they looking this so long? He punches the ball. Like, why are they? What are they? This is obviously going to be chalked off. They didn't chalk it off. It was a goal. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. But more importantly, we need points, all right? Because I don't want to go to Luton. I said this months ago, and Matt promised me I wouldn't have to go to Luton, and he was right at the time.
Matt doesn't know right now. I don't think Matt knows right now.
No, I know exactly what the problem is. The problem is they don't have a goal scorer. That's the bottom line. They just don't have a goal scorer. Hey man, like I said, he's more than welcome to have him. But I for Arsenal, he's not quality. I can tell you that now. He may work down there at Leeds. He may work at Bournemouth. He may work at Palace. Bottom line here, this kid, man, he's been in this team for a while. Whoever gave him that $100,000, we need to investigate that. They need to be investigated about that.
That's Arteta.
True. And it looks like Ray's going to have to go and doctor up some tapes to find out who said we would be number one after the first 6 to 8 matches of the season. But Tony, talk to me about we were talking about some players here, and Kedia started the conversation. Don't know if you want to stick there or not, but go ahead.
I'll make a quick point. Matt was talking about how he put his luggage in the car, take him to the airport. I'd strap his bags to the back of my wheelchair, wheel him to the airport, take him down Ellen Road, wherever he wants to go. Doesn't matter, Selhurst Park, wherever.
Gary knows how to get there now.
I do know how to get there.
I hope right now that Arsenal is searching and calling everybody for a second striker, somebody that can challenge Jesus, because Jesus isn't doing it. He's getting tired, very physical. Most fouls committed, most fouls against. And the main thing I think we're missing right now is Zinchenko, since he's been out.
Yep.
The shots have dried up. The goals have dried up. Defense did okay. The attack just wasn't there. Plenty of chances early on. As we've been saying for the last year and a half, not clinical. It's what we need. We need a clinical person. Only clinical strike on the night was Odegaard.
No, it was Xhaka's.
Odegaard's, that didn't count. It was clinical as hell and went already a bust through the back
for
of the net.
The amount of difficulty it was for the player. Xhaka. Odegaard is a really technical player.
But he's clinical all the time. That's what I'm trying to get at.
But he doesn't shoot. And that's what pisses me off.
Him and Smith Rowe never put their shooting boots on enough. They both probably one of the most two accurate players in the league. Just I don't know why they don't shoot more.
Yep.
For being a captain, he should probably take charge instead of letting other players shoot as much. Go out there, take the game by the teeth and shoot the ball. Yep. He can do it. We need more players that can do it. We got Smith Rowe, but we can't have him until January rolls around. The way that works probably be end of January, as long as it takes to players to get up and running. But overall, it was a tired performance. Tommy also needs to go back to being right back. We can play Tierney and left back for now. We looked better when he came on. We looked like a threat to score for 20-some minutes he was on. Besides the first 15 minutes, that's the only time we looked threatening was the last 20 that he was on. But overall, it's just the culmination of us being too thin. We'd have to do some serious work in January. I doubt we'll do it. We need 4 or 5 players. We definitely need a striker. We definitely need probably a winger. Need some central mids, and we need a center back. From the rumors, we're looking at some of those, but we'll probably get into that later. But as far as the game, just lackluster, tired, just not good enough.
Yeah, I don't know about the right back situation. I think we're fine at right back. I don't think fullbacks is an issue for us. We've got cover. We might not have we've got cover. So it won't last for long. That's why we need to get healthy, but we'll get into this comment as well later. As far as other players that started, like you said, Jesus was probably, for me, I was having a conversation earlier today, and we're kind of going back and forth because I was saying that Jesus needs to score. And they're saying, well, look what he did at City. I'm like, I know, but he's getting more. He is the focus for us. Thus, he gets more opportunities to score, more opportunities than he had at City, where they can distribute the ball a lot better. He's going to have to play over 30 matches for us, which will be more than he played at City. He's played already half the minutes he played for City already. He's done that already in 11 matches. So he'll be well and above those minutes in games when it gets to the end of the season. So his opportunities are probably double what he had before. So getting 10 goals, 10 assists shouldn't be an issue for him this season. And I expect at least 15 and 10. So he should be able to do that for us. Yeah. For me, the players that stood out, and we can get into that as well in the match. It's really hard. It's really hard to find. I think Gabriel had a good day. That won't be talked about because we looked porous as a team. Even when they scored the goal, the only center back we had in the box was Gabriel. Saliba was got trapped out, got stuck outside.
I still don't know where the hell Saliba was.
Yeah, he's not in the screen, so you can't even see him in the box, so you don't know where he is at that point. But I think Gabriel had a good game. Some will say Xhaka with a goal had a good game. I think in some cases Erdegaard actually had a good game, but you won't know it because he didn't get any assists. But he put the ball in some good situations and didn't get the call wasn't answered. So Arsenal Misfit has joined us. Welcome to the show. A little late, sorry about that, but yeah, he got called out for sure. I mean, our best one-on-one defenders, I keep saying, and what many have said was Tomiyasu, and you don't expect him to get beat like that. But for me, Tomiyasu shouldn't have played one because we didn't need him to go one-on-one with anybody. We needed actually an all-around fullback for our style of play, and he can't do that. He can't progress the ball up the pitch. Defensive-wise, he's much better. But to get the ball up the pitch, nah, he's not good with the ball at his feet. Yeah, definitely. Armstrong basically just, gave him the all 1-2 and was gone. So, Gabriel was your man of the match. Cool. Matt, go ahead. I don't know if you have anything more to say about the players.
We've got to
see you, Ben.
Good night, brother. But you know, we've got to make these signings, man. I just don't think we've got enough in there, enough to get us over the line. I don't even think we have enough to get us past the first 2 months of the second half of the season. We are in dire straits, and it's been highlighted, and also that right there. Thank you, BX Bronx, for putting that up, man. Let me tell you something, man. Why do we have a center back playing left back that's never played left back? Why do we keep doing that? Why does when we have a left back ready to go?
Just remember when you say that, the only reason why, one of the reasons why we won the Liverpool matches is because he played left back. The issue is more of why he's playing left back. He played left back because Salah was on the left, and all he had to do was shut him down that for the entire match.
Well, that's
doesn't mean it works every time.
There we go.
Exactly.
Yeah. And he needs to go right back and put the left back that plays that position back in that position until he figure out what he wants to do with Zinchenko. Let me tell you what's going to happen. If he keeps on doing that, you're going to start hearing Kieran Tierney's going, after a while, he's going to say, you know what? I'll just going up to Newcastle, man. That's closer to Scotland, and I'll just going up to Newcastle, man.
A lot of exit rumors for Tierney the last few days.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to start getting frustrated, and you don't want to upset the apple cart when that's clearly he can play that position, but he consistently keeps putting Tomiyasu over there. At some point, it's just like that damn false nine. It's not going to work. Everybody's hip to it now. Everybody's hip to it. That was cool when he did it then. Okay, well, let's draw out something else that works.
I think that's part of why we're looking at Ndicka. He can play left back or left center back.
Versatility.
What does this say? I don't. I missed. What did I say here? Tommy carves of tofu was poor against out. Yeah. Tomiyasu is definitely not where we wanted to be. Mr. Tom, what say you? I know you can. We're talking about Arsenal players, but I have no doubt you have some Leeds players you can call out and give us a little bit of a
call out.
Yes, sir.
That'd be the strike force.
Right, here we go. The front four, just off the top of my head, the front four: Patrick, Bamford, Patrick. Sorry. No, just how can you not know where the goal is? It's your job. It's your job to know. They need to put him in a classroom or something and just show him a diagram of a goal and tell him that he's meant to hit it with the ball somehow. They even gave him 12 yards. He should have done it for 12 yards and he couldn't. Put it wide. Have you ever actually stood in front of a full-size goal and put the ball on the penalty spot? It's massive. Like, no human should miss. And people can say, oh, you have not been in a game situation. So what? Should just... Sorry. He's not the only one. And, Rodrigo missed the 5 goals, even though he scored all his goals in about 3 games and then's gone missing for the other 8. But, nah, not good enough. Spent 100 million. Yeah, I should work out how to say it backwards, really. Dorf Bam or something. Yeah, Dorf Mam. Anyway, yeah, no, not good enough. Need more goals, need more points, need to concede less goals. We basically do all the things that you stereotypically should need to do in football to get positive outcomes. And we need to do them now more than later. And we need to roll into Anfield on Saturday and kick their ass.
I heard that. And you know what? That is easy to do. We've seen it. We have seen it. So we've seen them lose. So I know Matt's going to head out of here soon, but I'm going to let him have a little bit of say before he gets out of here. So I don't know if you have 6 minutes worth of material for us.
I do. I always keep material. Shut up, Tom. No, I just think that we need to we've got. I'm gonna go back to it again. These signings, Gary, as you stated, 5 to 6 players. Maybe 2 for the future, 3. Sell somebody. We've got some maneuvering we need to be doing. When that window opens in January, I want to stress this. I cannot stress this enough. When the window opens in January, we have got to have people coming through the door. I don't want to see any of this. We're waiting up until me and Gary are sitting over on my channel on deadline day, doing a 2-hour, 3-hour countdown, going through the stuff together, and then we have to look at him and say, "Well, Gary, all we got is a loan, and we sold 4 players. That ain't going to cut it. You want to see me lose it? I'm telling you, you wait." Yeah,
Matt.
5 to 6 players still need to be moved on. We got people that are just sitting at it we're not using. They need to be moved on, sold for whatever we need, and get them out of there. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen if we don't. Tielemans, Madison, Salcedo, all these guys, they're gonna be going right up the road to Newcastle. Newcastle is going to be sitting there. If they keep this form up, and they're hanging around by the time January gets here, they are going to say, you know what? We're playing with house money. Let's take a shot at this and see what we can do. And they're going to try to push for the Champions League. In that, you saw what happened today with Unai Emery. Y'all will probably talk about this when I hop off. Unai Emery is down the road at Aston Villa. Let me remind you all, Aston Villa is not a small club. Aston Villa has money. The top 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is what it's about to be. These teams are not going to be hanging around waiting for Arsenal to get sorted out on what we want to do. Do we want to compete for a title or do we not? Now it's the opportunity for Arsenal to compete, to move forward. And I'm going to start stressing this because we got to start hitting this home. Because not enough people are saying we are in a position we need to be competing for a title. If we just fall short at the end of the season, we've come in second, that's fine. But to get where we are and not try to build on that is an absolute disgrace, and it's scandalous, and it's a disgrace before God. If we do not build on what we've started. This season would have been a waste. It will be a throwback to the 2016 season when Leicester City won the title because we did not buy an outfield player, and it will be unacceptable. And then, if we do not get anyone in January, the Edu, Arteta, Vinay, and anybody else, and Stewart's the cameraman, they all need to hand in resignations and go on about their merry way, because it'd be unacceptable. The cameraman too, because that would be unacceptable for us to be in this situation and not build on it. We cannot throw the opportunity to compete and success out of the window. I don't want to hear this, Gary. I'm telling you now, I do not want to hear this about, well, Matt, we came in 5th place and we won the FA Cup. Matt, we came in 6th place, but we got the Carabao Cup. Well, nobody expected us to do that, man. I don't want to have these discussions. Hey, Matt, we finished at 8th this year, but we it's not what we wanted, but we got the FA Cup. Unacceptable. We're at the top of the table. We should be competing for everything across the board. We need quality players, and we need to get Ivan Toney. People are saying Mitrovic, that Fulham's not going to let him go. So that no. That's all they got. That's the only way they'll even stay up. So they're not going to move him. Toney, somebody, on the Eastern Bloc, so one of these teams from the Gulag, and we can probably find a way to get over the hump. But we've got to get something in this goal department. Because if we don't have something in this goal department, Gary, we're going to slip right on. Do you realize that if we lose the game Saturday and City win, we're sitting in 2nd place? We're sitting in 2nd or 3rd place.
Yeah.
I mean, then look at where United is. For all this laughing we doing at Spurs, look at where they at. Look at Newcastle. Look at the teams behind there. It's starting to pile up there, y'all. This is why a lot of us on our head about this game is that we should have people drop points this weekend. We should have been gaining points. So we got to decide on what we want to do as a club. Do we want to compete, or do we just want to moan and groan about getting into the top four? So that's it for me, fellas.
All right, thanks for joining us. I know you got to go, but we'll do this again with you on Monday.
Yep, absolutely. We'll be back ready to roll.
All right, we'll talk to you then.
All right, Tom, it's gonna get better, man. It's gonna get better, brother. I'm with you, man.
I figured while I was washing the bird shit out of my hair that I was wondering if it could get any worse.
No, it's gonna get better, man.
That's it. You've hit rock bottom.
I just hope y'all don't fire Jesse Marsh, man, because y'all just don't have a striker. That's the main thing. You don't have a striker.
I'm not angry at Jesse Marsh because, like you said, if we sack him tomorrow, that doesn't suddenly mean that Bamford, Sarah, are magically going to turn into great strikers.
I mean, this is a situation for y'all where y'all have to go, okay, this guy ain't getting it. Go look in the academy and see what you can find, because it can't be no worse than what you got going on now. It can't be any worse than what you got going on now. This is a guy who's consistently hurt, never plays. When he does play, he can't score. I mean, you missing penalty kicks. I mean, that's why y'all in the situation y'all in now. No different than Leicester gets a couple of lucky goals, and then they'll drop 4. I mean, that whole the bottom half of the table probably won't be sorted out to probably March at this rate, because it's going to be up and down all over. Look at West Ham, all over the place. So, all right, fella.
All right, see ya.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good night.
All right, you too. You too.
Oh, by the way, Aussie Gona, hit me up, man. We need to link up on the channel. So
cool.
All right.
Cool. And so we have somebody else joining us today. Slice X has joined us. Good evening, gentlemen. Disappointing result on the weekend, but we got to look forward to the next one. Yeah, definitely got to look forward to the next one. It was disappointing. We kind of went through that earlier. I think there was some more chat. Was any more? Yeah, we're talking about players anyways, so we'll get into that. And teams that will be patient if they miss top 4. I don't think, outside of Arsenal, I don't think any other team will be patient. That misses out for sure. What's this one thing that pissed me off was that they changed to a back 3 to stop us. What do we do in reaction to that? Sweet bugger all. No plan B to counter them. For sure. And Tedder, as a manager who's worked with some of the best in the world, should know what would happen. And it eventually would happen with a team that was, in their case, desperate to get something out of this match. Yeah, so the next years are our window for success. Yeah, definitely. Well, and you know what? When opportunity knocks, you got to take the call, right? You got to answer the door. Right now, we have an opportunity to do something that, most teams do in this situation. They say the amount of points that we've gotten so far usually ends with a title. Right? For us, the only way we can do that is if we, 1, stay healthy, and 2, we have to have a January window that helps us. So, yeah, I used to say 10 players for us to get going. Now it's 5. We're at 5 now, so we're getting close. Does Tony have better technique than Xhaka? Big Gun is making a joke there. Yeah. These are if you don't get 5 players, which includes a CDM and a second striker, we won't make top 4. Well, we won't make top 4 if we get injuries, for sure. And Tony is a striker. The man's got a strong foot. Yeah.
I thought he meant Tony Turner at first.
Well, there was the first Tony whose technique is probably better than Jacques', and then there's the other Tony whose technique is he's just one-footed, you know. He's just one-footed. I don't know. Hopefully Tony's coming back, but we shall get into that. West Ham won 5 in a row. Yeah. Well, we always said they're a good team is whether they could handle playing in European League with they're probably going to go through cycles like they have already this season where they're going to struggle, but then they're going to catch wind and then getting a roll like they have so far. They do have good players, and even Ivan Toney with 8 goals or more. Yeah, that would be nice if that was with us. Crazy, right? City drew with Villa. Yep. So, Mr. Tom, he was talking about players. No, I think you were mentioning that. Do you have more players, I think, outside of your strikers that you need to bring in?
The only player in my team at the moment I don't actually have an issue with realistically is Tyler Adams. Because I think he is generally doing what I would have expected, as in chasing everything, laying out the passes, maintaining possession. Generally speaking, as I always say, when he makes tackle, I'm on it. I'm like, he's an animal. He's an animal, that Tyler Adams. I get excited by. But on the whole, what makes it difficult is, from things that I've read, is statistically, all the things we're doing, attacking-wise and defensively, we are performing better than we were last season. But the points don't reflect that. And that's what actually matters. And that's what's frustrating.
Yeah, and I think, for me anyways, the reason why you were able to get the goals and stuff like that, or the points that you needed, is that, it was kind of the residual effect of the season before, where you either going to score 3 goals or you're going to score none. And right now you're at that point where like scoring more than a goal is a challenge in itself, right? So you don't have that in your locker as a back, just in case you have that one game where you go out there and score 3 goals and you win. Now you don't have that. That margin is gone. So now you have to be really good defensively, right? Because your offensive attack isn't the same. Players aren't playing the same, and you're playing probably a better football, right? This is why I go by the performance part, because if you can stay up, that's one thing, but at least the football will get better because the performance in terms of footballing is better, and you can repeat that. You can't repeat getting lucky and scoring 3 goals one day and 0 the next, but you can be consistent maybe to get 2 goals, right? So you got more?
I'll tell you something that I read today that I found quite interesting / disturbing. I've read that quite a lot of Leeds fans. There's a lot of Leeds fans on the fence. A lot want Marsh gone, and a lot don't. Because a lot of Leeds fans are correct, like with my opinion, that he isn't why we're not performing. It's on the individuals that are missing the chances. Because there have been a lot of games this season where we've been 1-0 up, been 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, not scored, and then not won the game. Where 2-0 would have probably buried the match. And we didn't, so we didn't get the win. Yeah. That's not Jesse Marsh's fault, that's individuals' faults.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there comes a point where someone has to take the can for it, and it's usually the coach. But anyway, a lot of people have said, and this back Jesse Marsh, and then the fear is we're going to replace him with Sean Dyche. Now that tells me how far we've fallen as a football club.
Yeah, and the that's why it doesn't even make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's not Marsh that's the problem. So they're not looking at it. They're looking at a coach who's trying to, like, this is almost like jumping out of this is like Ten Hag comes in. They struggle for the first 5 or 6 matches of the season. it doesn't look good, and you're ready to let him go. When in reality, he is a coach who has a plan. He's well taught. He's gone through, he's been in some of the best clubs in the world in terms of structure. So he's gonna, if he brings that to your team, then you'll be better for it in the long term. Say worst case you do drop down, but you stick with him, you'll be better off, for it in the long term. In my eyes, we lost Tom there, I think. So we'll see which one of these Toms will move and which one of these Toms
I'm
will
sorry, Gary.
go away.
I'm sorry, everyone. I think saying that Sean Dyche might be the next
Hi,
manager of
Tom.
Leeds killed my computer.
Yeah,
I think
and
it
one of the things he
actually killed the internet.
yeah.
Are you sure Mo Master's still peddling? First time.
Oh,
There
I'm
you go.
glad you're back, Tony. I did some research for you. Bamford backwards is Drothmab.
There you go. You
Yeah,
were
but
talking
what's
about
Patrick backwards.
yeah.
I said his
geez.
entire name.
Oh, you did not say that. You said name. Now you're saying entire name. Stop it. Haaland is having a freak season. Haaland is better than 12 Premier League teams in terms of scoring right
That's what he
now.
does fucking every season.
So
He's just,
so yes, but it looks even worse now because he's actually playing in the league.
Can I just for Tony, right? Even though he doesn't deserve this after expecting too much of me, clearly, but can we go for the crisps of the week?
Yes, let's do that. So the crisp of the week is. Just a second. Hold that. Estrella.
Sour cream and onion Estrella, which I believe is Polish or Romanian. I would be able to read the language, but it's dark, so I physically can't read the language.
oh, no.
So there you go. Sour cream and onion chips. So yeah, Harlan's having a good time.
Indians,
What's this?
sour cream crisp.
Yeah.
I thought it was a safe pick.
And then here's a comment from Mo Slice. They should do whatever it takes to remain at top of the league, so they can get in reinforcements in the January window. Play the kids in Europe if you have to. I am torn on that decision because I believe we have to win on two fronts. Top four was the minimum, and going deep into the Europa League was another. The only way we can do that, one, I think, is if we win the group. So we need best case scenario is we draw on Thursday and we're done. Otherwise, we have to win it, when we play Zurich at home. No problem there. That should be no problem, but that means we do have to play probably a stronger team just to make sure we get the win. We shouldn't have to, but, we don't play too well we don't have the squad depth for that. So, yeah. So I don't know what you guys, Tony, what you think about that in terms of win the group or just try to save our energy and go into the Nottingham Forest match and get the win there. We lost Tony for a bit. Every time I talk to someone, they always leave me. What's going on, Tony? Did you hear what I was asking?
Just froze. Froze
all right.
on my end.
All right.
I said,
You're on that little delay. I
heard everything you said, Gary.
No, but I don't know if Tony heard me.
No, I didn't. Not hear everything you said, Gary.
Oh, no, I was saying that if, like, Slice's comment here, in terms of just playing the kids in Europe, I believe we should be still trying to win the group. So either we try to win the group Thursday, which leaves us a little bit light for the Forest match, or we have to make sure we win it against Zurich, but then we have the Chelsea match afterwards.
He's trying to say he'd do whatever to be top of a Premier League, which means or of a Carling Cup that's coming up.
All right, so you're okay if we finish second in the group.
I'm okay. Our priority should be challenging for the title. Top 4, no matter what, because it's gonna be the dogfight there. It's Newcastle, maybe it's Chelsea, maybe it's Man U. We have Spurs seeming like they'll fall out. So 3rd to 5th would be interesting to do what we need to do in January. We can solidify that top 2 spot players. We just don't have the players to do the war of attrition we need. That many times prior to October, I said this would kind of determine our season. Playing every 3 or 4 days like this, pretty much the rest of the season. October very well. Now with fatigue setting in, just not looking good. Passes don't look good. Players just look tired. Kind of weird rotation, I would say, in Europa by playing starters. I want to just put them in there at all, let them completely rest. I want to actually even be on the bench. I just say no. They need youngers and young out there. They should be able to do good enough against these Europa.
I hear you. Thank you for either Big Gunner or Arsenal Misfit. I believe you caught one of those spammers in the chat there. I just saw it and I was just going to go in there and clean it up, but it looks like it's already been done. Thank you very much. This year the goal for the team is top 4. Anything else is a boon. And this is a question to Ray. What does he say, Ray? Do you believe City are not going to win the league? Arsenal have to play them twice, 6 points. That Arsenal will happily roll over and lose. We need to gain 2 points after those defeats. We'll still first. That is definitely true there. That is definitely true. That is definitely true. We don't have to beat them to win the league, but we do have to be much better in the games. Here's the thing. If I told you you can win the league and you're going to win the league and it looked like it does now, where you've won, 9 out of 11? Lost 1, drawn 1? If that was City, you would say they're right on the par to win, right? Like, there's not much more we can do right now to say, look, we're doing really well to compete in the league. The only thing we can do is be as consistent as we were in the last 11 with the next 11. But to say we have to do better than what we've done so far, I think that's asking a lot. That's asking too much because nobody does that, right? We are blazing a trail right now that hasn't been done before. So to say we're not on par to do it, I think is a stretch, right? I believe so. I don't know what you guys think about that.
I'll tell you what I've realised. I think Erling Haaland's going to score more goals than Patrick Bamford this season.
All right, so the Captain Obvious here is
Thank
telling us that
breaking news, Tom.
Breaking news, yes. The fact that
Breaking news.
scored,
I just realised.
the fact that he scored what? Has he scored? He scored 17 already, as we sit here, and Bamford has how many?
Bamford scored 16 his first year back in the Premier League.
No,
so,
right now.
So it's good.
In his, I don't know if we're.
Tom, can I ask you a
I don't
question?
think Bamford's off the mark yet. Yes, Tony.
Did you steal that Pepsi from Alonso?
I didn't. I actually got it with my chicken meal that I got while dripping in with bird shit on my arm. Because it literally, my head.
I thought you shit on your head.
Sorry?
I thought it shit on your head.
It did. It landed on my head and then went plop. It went.
Did you not see that episode of Seinfeld It was the second. It was the Ricochet.
I didn't like
Exactly.
Seinfeld very.
What?
You don't like
You
Seinfeld.
didn't like Simon?
You got problems. See,
I like
that's why I know you've
I
got
like
problems.
other shows. You just didn't
Even
like Seinfeld.
I've seen Seinfeld, man.
Yeah, that just shows. That shows. Yeah, we now it's making even more sense now.
Seinfeld just 1950s overreacting in movies. There's a chair next to my chair. Oh, I got a hat on my head. Isn't that ironic? All this.
Sorry,
I don't know what
sorry,
you're talking
sorry.
about because doesn't.
No,
If that's your
no, sorry,
impression of
Gary.
Seinfeld, yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, Gary. Yeah, that was obviously not a good impression of time, but Tony has created a new thing now where he just now gets to say obvious things, where he just stands there and goes, I've got a hat on my head.
Now I was just say thank you,
Cool.
Big Gunner,
I
for
loved
catching the spammer. So let's go through these chats real quick. And yeah, we're not clinical enough. City has got a 0.1% chance of not winning. Probably about right.
Boo,
We
Ray.
definitely need
Have some
more.
faith.
And Tony's talking about stuff I don't want to put up here.
It was really
Tony-
happened 3 times.
Tony
I'm glad.
about things you can't
Yeah.
put up.
It is good. It is an
Sorry, as
assault
well.
rifle.
Oh my gosh!
Somebody
I shouldn't
took
even. You know what? You're
assault
gonna get
rifle
blocked soon.
the
So you're just gonna
DWTT.
get blocked. I won't have to read your nonsense and stuff that you know isn't appropriate. It's not a private chat. What is it? The squad, Ray? The squad may be thin, but the rotation is absolutely incredible. Sunogo has won an FA Cup winners medal. Yeah. We can still win it. We can definitely win it. We can definitely win a trophy if that's where we could decide to go. But I think our squad is light, but our rotation has to be better. As we have to do a lot more of it, regardless of the quality, because it will hurt us
I mean, tell
again.
me
I
why
think at the end of the season.
Marquinhos couldn't play Thursday night at all. There's no
Why who?
reason he couldn't have came on. Marquinhos.
No, for sure. Marquinhos should have played. That's why we brought him in. That's why we kept him, right? You know, I think the Nelson and Kedia, Marquinhos front line should be what we go with. Let them get some time. They should probably, I think I've heard crazy stories like Kedia starting on the weekend because if Jesus gets a yellow, he's out for the Chelsea match, which would be, I think, it could work in our favor because it did last time we played Chelsea with Nketiah up top, right? So, can we hit lightning in a bottle again?
Tom, when does that reset? After 18 games?
What the bookings? I thought they reset the
bookings.
bookings in March.
Is it 20?
Yeah.
Is it that far in?
Yeah, it's quite far in.
Like 20 something?
I think it's 20.
It's definitely not
matches.
halfway.
I think it was 20.
If it is halfway, it must be a new thing because it never used to be.
I thought it was 20 matches, so I don't know.
That's kind of what
More
I thought
importantly,
it can't be a date because it doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah, it can be a day, especially this season, World Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah, more importantly, guys, did you know that Nketiah has won more AFL Championship medals than Thierry Henry and stuff?
You can have him back.
EFL? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, the English Football League, the Championship, the top.
That is an amazing
leagues
feat.
was-
I think when they talk about Henry just not having all the accolades to be considered one of the greats, EFL titles is probably what they meant. It's probably where he's lacking.
If he really was a great footballer, he would have got Charlie Patino's done and dropped down to Blackpool and tried his hand at bullying some EFL Championship defences, but coward.
Yeah, Patino
Didn't
is
have
doing
points
good,
on
and that's a good segue. Patino's doing good. I was going to bring it up when we were talking earlier that Balogun is he's sitting on the top 10 goal scorers in League One between Mbappe and Messi. All right, he's got more goals than Messi.
We had League
What
One.
more?
I thought you meant like Shrewsbury, Barnsley, and all that.
How do you say it?
You mean the French league? No,
sorry,
you're right. Fine. Yeah, league and something like that. But yeah, I would have thought it League One as well. Because at first I thought Balogun went on loan to the third tier in England. I never knew that happened.
No. And then Mbappe and Messi aren't in League One football in the UK. So yeah, but like I said, he is sitting in between two of the top scorers in the world. So man's doing okay.
Ray's made a great comment here. Football was evolved, and he's right because football was evolved. Pele, Maradona, Messi, Nketiah.
Mm-hmm.
The peak of balling evolution is here. That Erling guy's all right, I suppose.
Yeah. My point is football has evolved. Okay. I know you just mentioned it, but I lost. I forgot what you said. That's on me.
I'll say a lot of things. But,
It was nonsense. Gary, move on.
It was nonsense. It's always nonsense. It's always nonsense.
The nonsense king.
Carry on, Gary.
It's always nonsense. So what we got here? I got a comment. This is winning the Europa League trophy would be great, and it guarantees you to play Champions League next season. But finishing first or second in league gets you a Champions League spot as well. Don't want to finish fifth or eighth again. I see, and you know what? That's why. I mean, at least for me, and I think this is for most Arsenal fans on certain mindsets. Arsenal has to finish in the top four. That's not even an option. If they want to show improvement, the only way to do that is finish in the top four. So that's the bare minimum. And the fact that we're sitting where we are today, fourth is actually maybe we kind of could be seen as a disappointment. All right. So you start out strong. You want to hold on to it, right? You don't want to let it go, so you continue to grow and get better. And his point is, Arsenal haven't evolved, but football has evolved. So there you go. Yeah, and Arsenal is better than they were 2 years ago. That's good and all. I just would have not have to really improve more.
Talking about the past.
He doesn't like talking about the past when it suits him, and it suits him to talk about the past today. But when we talk about it, we don't talk about it in the right way.
I like talking about the 1992 FA Cup final.
There you go. Who did your team win?
Yeah, we beat Arsenal 1-0.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Probably last time we actually beat you. It's not true. It's not true. We beat you in 70 and 2003. Never beat you since, but yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
You got us. There were a couple comments. There were a couple comments here that I definitely, I guess we'll get into now. Hopefully everybody's still around. One being that that team has lost 3 out of 5. We're all happy about that.
I'm sad about it.
Yeah, we're all happy.
All good all season. They're getting
once again they've gotten lucky, right? Because either with some opportunistic scoring or with some officiating that goes their way, right? We didn't get the calls to go our way on the Sunday, and that's why we dropped points. They always seem to get it, and they haven't been getting it lately. Calls aren't going their way, and opportunities to scores aren't going their way, so they struggle. And they're struggling, but they're still only They're still only
They're
what?
good
How many
club.
points away? They're 5 points away from us right now, and we'll take that. And we have a game in hand, right? And one of our games in hands is Everton. Another one is City. We don't count it, but depending on how you look at it. So, yeah. And I think one of their game in hand, I think, is a tough one too. So, I think we're good there if we it comes down to it. So, I think we did talk about Unai Emery. He'll be the Villa manager. So if he can do it, he's going to be. If he can do what he did at Sevilla with a better squad, I think Villa has a better squad, and he should be all right to get them to the ideal situation for them. So, and this is Slice here. I don't know if this is a dream or not, but yeah, this is dreaming. I think the ideal scenario would be to do the double, winning the Premier League and Europa League. We can dream, can't we? We can definitely dream. And DWTT, as it stands for, don't waste the trip. Hey, if you have an opportunity to get it, why not? Why not?
Gary, I have an answer after looking for 12 minutes at one article and 8 minutes in another. Games when it resets. 19 in Champions League and you're but 20 in the Premier League it resets.
I said 20. You didn't believe me.
I believed you. I said
You didn't believe me. That's why you kept looking. I said 20.
Article, and I was like, scroll. I told you I spent 12 minutes looking at it. Answer.
Let's just listen to me. I
Just
have the answers. Sometimes.
Every yellow card rule there is.
Yeah. So and we're only at 11, so he still has nine matches to go to not get a yellow, and I think that's going to be a struggle, especially if we're getting tired and fatigued in games. And I think you did make a comment. We were not clinical and fatigued. We weren't fatigued in the first half. We definitely were fatigued coming out of halftime.
It seems like we can go out there and give this one. I just kind of figure out our tricks after 15 to 20 minutes for Mason, but they're still playing hard.
Found the hard question.
I already answered it. It's 20.
No, actually, it's your first 19 game, right? But any player with 10 bookings, any player who gets 10 bookings up to second game serves too much back.
Yep.
So is that 10 for this? So it doesn't reset. That
5
10,
resets, but you get the 10 and the 15. 15's
no, what I mean by that is, so say you get 5 in the first 19. Does that reset in terms of 10?
No, 5 resets.
If you get 6 more, you're charged with 10.
Yeah.
Just don't get charged with.
Yeah, you wouldn't then take after game between game 19 and 32 wouldn't get a ban.
You get punished at game 10, Gary.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You get a free pass for a while.
Okay. All right. So Matt left us to go watch his Patriots play, and they are currently losing 10-0.
My Patriots
10-0 to the Bears at home. So he can't be too happy about that.
Bears?
Yeah, exactly. The Bears. Yeah, the Bears are.
Bears?
What? They're 2-4. They're 2-4 in the season, where the Patriots are 3-3. The Bears. That's what they called.
The Bears. The Bears haven't been good for nearly 40 years.
I don't know about that, but they have been decent.
Well,
they've been in 2 Super Bowls. They've been in 2 Super Bowls in the last 40 years. So they won one. So not that bad. Yeah.
Right, Tom?
The assemble. I like to.
About?
Yeah. I like to think we're moving forward too.
The Bears.
The Bears, yeah. I'm
think
so
that's gotta be a
disappointed with
thing now.
yesterday's result. Did Martinelli pick up a knock? No, he just. As far as I know, it was just a. Here's the thing. I think when you bring in Art Tyranny, then I think that means that you got to take out Martinelli. That's what
Yeah.
a lot of people were saying, and I was listening to some people discuss this. Martinelli had to come out because Tyranny was going in, and the two don't work together, which sounds ridiculous, but that's the reasoning behind it. Arteta didn't say he was injured or anything like that. I believe it was tactical, and I think it's stupid. So Martinelli's
I don't know.
probably one
I
of
don't know
our best
why you make that move.
one-on-one attackers. Yeah,
I
Martinelli,
think
and
he's
he's like I said, he was
really-
rested. You up?
He's my pick of the best player of the season. So
He's definitely up there. Definitely up there.
10-0 to the 2 and 4 Bears.
The Bears. How many times are you just gonna repeat everything I say like 10 minutes later? Like it's like new?
BX Gunner just said it, so he said it again. He had a free pass this time, Gary.
Since the 80s. Yeah. The Bears they've been like I think it's
They've not been good since they had the fridge.
they went to the Super Bowl year. They went to the Super Bowl in this like 10, 15 years ago.
How did they get
Haven't
on
been good
in
since-
that Super Bowl?
They lost
Losers!
to Peyton Manning.
Losers! Losers!
I can't remember what it was, but they lost to Peyton Manning. Peyton
You're
Manning,
supposed to say it, though.
his first Super
Oh,
Bowl.
the Colts! Oh, the Indianapolis Colts! Could we be the Colts?
So we have hit the 80-minute mark here. So we're gonna start getting ready to get out of here. We did. I think we covered everything. I did have some notes in here, and I think we've covered everything that was in there. I did. There was funny. It was funny. There were some videos out there showing all of the miscues by the official. Oh, that was one comment that I did see. Jesus said he did talk to the official, and the official said that the reason why he didn't make any calls is because Jesus didn't fall to the ground. So,
Oh, God damn it!
That's bullshit, though, because when he got a yellow card.
who got a yellow card?
Saka.
He got a
For
yellow for
simulation.
diving, and so did Walcott. So he had, I think he had a quota on simulation.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
but
if Jesus
not on
did it,
regular.
it might be simulation.
Did Jesus actually do it? You got some what?
I've got some bad news, guys.
What's that?
I gambled on that game, and I took a team to 8 points, and it
In which
wasn't
game?
the Bears.
Oh my!
I took the Patriots to win by a minimum of 8.
Well, it looks like the Patriots might. What did I just do here?
Only need an 18-point swing.
I did something on my screen here. Looks like they just got a
Damn
first
it,
down.
Bears.
All right, they might be in scoring position right now, so you might be all right. No, maybe not. That's a 2nd and 9 from the 45. So, two things I hate dropping. Oh, I don't know. That's a commercial.
Now,
But
you're
yeah,
at 37.
yeah,
So
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
So yeah, you're right. You're right.
The
We
NFL
needed goals, and we brought on Tierney. The Tierney part isn't a problem. It's the taking off of Martinelli for Nketiah.
So much better going forward when Tierney came on.
No, Tierney is definitely
game
better
become
for
messy.
our attack. If we're talking about trying to attack them, that's a good idea to bring him on. I think Tomiyasu did come off, right?
Yep.
Right? I think Tomiyasu did come off for that.
No,
that sub.
Tommy also got flipped to the right back.
Oh, Ben White comes off, which doesn't make any sense, right? So, lots of moves that he makes, and for what reason, I don't know. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. If we're trying to score a goal, then Ben White should stay on. But I don't get it.
Arteta
I don't get it.
does it to mess with our head. It's scary.
Yeah, the maneuver doesn't make any sense. So yeah. All right, so we got about 5 minutes here. So I'll let everybody have their say as we get out of here. So, Mr. Tom, do you have a segment in this show?
I'm glad you asked, because
Have you found
I was
Liver last
afforded
week?
the opportunity. Sorry, sir.
I said, did you book from last week after things got shuffled about there?
I'm very sorry, young man.
Liberace's notebook.
There you go. All right, everyone. So let's hear what we got to say here.
Okay. Italia 90 is widely recognised as the worst World Cup ever, based on its 2.2 goals per game average across 52 games. How many of the games were under 1.5 goals? Sorry, 2.5 goals. How many games out of 52 in Italia 90 under 2.5 goals?
14.
I'm going to go with
Higher or
32.
lower, Tom?
A lot lower than Gary, higher than yours.
18.
Let's see if anybody on the in the chat with us has an answer for
19.
that.
21. 22.
Base gun is a little high there, so he's going to have to go down.
It's very
16.
high. So these high
26.
answers will make the answer not seem ridiculous, but it is ridiculous.
26.
It brought about changes in football. It's that bad.
29.
Tony, you can't just keep
the
guessing.
correct answer.
I should have had it.
The chat.
All right.
Who you
The
give
chat
up?
is only said. I only hear 36. So anybody
30,
else?
29, 28.
What is the answer?
Gary, so.
The answer is 20 out of 52.
Oh.
I said
5 0-0 draws and 15 1-0 wins.
Wow.
One of the games. One of the games at Egypt versus the Republic of Ireland.
Yeah, it's like Arsenal Misfit. Got it, right?
Widely considered so bad that they abolished the back pass rule 2 years later. It took that long to get it through. A lot of people think it was because of 1990. It was because that Ireland-Egypt game where the Ireland goalkeeper had possession of the ball for 6 minutes.
Wow.
See, I know that doesn't seem like a long time, but back then you could literally just pass the ball back keeper and they pick it up. As soon as a team decided that they were no longer going to try and win the game, every time they get the ball back to the goalkeeper, it nearly killed football.
Until we ended up with a 24-second shot clock in basketball.
True. And that was Mr. Tom's question of the week. Mr. Tom, you have anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Did you ever
rate
your crisp?
Yeah, I'd give them a solid 7.46 out of 10.
Good job.
You can never go wrong
job
with a
is short.
variation of the cheese and onion or the the sour cream or what a knockoff cheese and onion is. You can never go wrong with that. I do have a more intriguing flavour next week. I went on a crisp spree, like bought different packets of crisps in preparation for the trip.
There you go. Anything else you got to say before we head out of here?
Yeah, the usual thing I said, because it's the usual thing I say, don't mean that I mean it any less. Thank you to everyone that stayed awake in the English time zones and even in the American ones, because some shows might have even put you asleep at like 7 p.m. I don't know. I'm not judging. But anyway, yeah, thank you for your comments, your support, tolerating a non-Arsenal fan on your. You got to start putting lead stuff in the title, Gary. I mean, just just naming the Arsenal fixture list for the week. Just say taking you so far, but you start going like Leeds to have a punch up at Anfield.
Maybe I'll talk to the board and see what they have to say.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's not one of your worst ideas, I'll tell you that. Thank you for Tony for turning up. You actually look like genuinely like, and no one was wrong in any of the suggestions, but you actually look like the blind man in Simpsons episode when Santa's little helper went missing, and he was adopted by a blind man. You know the one I'm talking about. You look like the blind man in Simpsons.
Why do you think
I can't remember his name.
What was your favorite? Who I was? Out of a comment section.
I did enjoy, I believe, BX Gunner's suggestion that you look like a bomb maker, because it just seems so out of left field. Like it was like that escalated very quickly. But I also like Ben Island's suggestion that you look like every mugshot that's ever existed. So, the EFIT, the artist did a strain, isn't it? Yeah, Officer, he's the one that touched me.
Oh boy. Okay, we went there. So sounds like we're gonna have to move up. Tom is he said bye.
Bye, Tom.
I'll see you later. Thanks for joining us.
Tom got put in timeout. Gary's above him to keep a look on him.
All right, Tony, let the people know what's up before we get out of here.
Arteta needs to know this is more of attrition, that we lack with depth. He needs to learn to trade. Needs to learn to rotate him in the Premier League like he does in Europa. And you want to make your first sub around 60 minutes. Could be somebody like Martin, but as people were saying earlier, fourth or third or whatever. But if we get fourth, to me, that's complete failure. And first, being able to make what changes needed. You seen what happened last winter when you didn't go out and do business. Katia isn't good enough. Can't stress that enough. I'm going to say it every show. It's not good enough for Arsenal. We need a number 2 striker. Boy, we still finish first going into the World Cup. I actually thought we'd put a couple more points on City. But the fatigue of playing every 3 or 4 days, I tell the season holds. 1st of October looked good. So hopefully we'll salvage it in these last 2 games. Or if a month's over. But overall, need to go out and do what we need to. Arteta, to do what you need. And we can still challenge City. I think we have 0.2% Ray gave us. I hosted, I thought we could get second. Since then, we had a lot better luck. So I still think first is achievable if we do the right business.
Cool. Thank you very much, Tony. And there was a comment here I'll get into. Do you think White should play a few games at center back and give Saliba a break for a few games so he can compose himself again, as he has lapsed in his concentration lately? Remember, it's his first season. Well, just think about it this way. Saliba and Jesus both have 4 yellows. Worst case scenario, Arteta plays them. They both get yellows, and they're not gonna play in the Chelsea match, so they might get a break anyways. So yeah, White at center back, I think I would like that just so that he doesn't forget how to play the position. But also, like you said, it allows us to rotate our center backs, which should be, the thing. And then Mr. Tom is showing us a picture of some guy that Tony looks like, even though he doesn't have the hat on. So there you go. But yeah,
He still stares like him.
Yeah, so they assembled is asking about Adam Browning. And I think there's I think it's the same as what he's he is might say detained, I guess. So but yeah, we hope he gets out of his situation that he's in. So
Not really been any updates in the last 2 months, I think.
Yeah, so not much we know about it, but people have tried to reach out to him. Some have gotten through, some have gotten the details, but not much more than that. So
I think that's the good news at this point is that they haven't set a trial. That's just good news on that thing right now.
The man to talk to is Mr. Greenwood.
All right. Yep. So yeah, he doesn't know much more than what I just said. So yeah. What is it? So we're gonna head out of here, people. Been a good time hanging out with you. Thanks for joining us. We will do this again, and like Tom said, those who stay up late with us, those who will catch the replay, hope you enjoyed it. We'll do this again. We'll be talking about PSV and
people watch the replay
and Forest. So people watch the replay. Yeah, they do. They come back and watch it. Some people are asleep right now because it's late in the UK. So people do watch it again, and when they get up in the morning,
subscribe, Gary.
So definitely, as you can see, like and subscribe right there on the top. It tells you, hang out with us. So yeah, we'll do this again on Monday. We'll see you then. And as I like to say, life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we will see you next week at the same time, same channel. And as they say, like and subscribe. And we're out of here. See you, everyone.